The Great Revolt of 1857. The year 1857 holds a great importance in the history of India. In that year, there was a major revolt in India which shook the very foundation of the company's rule in India. The British historians call it purely military revolt, while the Indians regard it as the first war of Indian independence. The events of 1857 were the culmination of people's hatred and the sufferings caused under the oppressive British rule. Lord Canning was the Governor General of India at that time. Causes for the revolt. Political causes. The annexation policy, the subsidiary alliance of Lord Wellesley. The British government had ordered that on the death of the last Mughal emperor, Bahadur Shah II, his successor had to give up their ancestral palace and Red Fort. By stopping the pension of Nana Sahib, the adopted son of the Peshawar Baji Rao II, so the Marathis turned against the British government. Administrative causes. The Indians disliked and distrusted the administration of the British. The judicial system of the British was costlier, mechanical, and involved much time. The peasants had to pay heavy land taxes. Economic causes. The huge drain of wealth and the disappearance of the native industries dislocated the economic life of people in India. Social and religious causes. The conservative section of Indian population was alarmed by the rapid spread of Western culture in India. The abolition of sati and the female infanticide and the legalizing remarriage of widows were considered to be an interference in the customs and tradition of the Hindus. Military causes. The sepoys were insulted very badly. The feeling of discontent and intensified by Lord Canning's General Service Enlistment Act 1856 to be ready for service both within and outside India and even overseas. Immediate cause. The grease cartridges supplied for the new Enfield rifles was the immediate cause for the mutiny. The cartridges had to be bitten off before loading. Believing that the cow and pig had been used to grease these cartridges, both Hindus and Muslims refused to use them as the cow is sacred to the Hindus and pig is detestable to the Muslims. On 29th March 1857, Mangal Pandey, a young Indian Brahmin sepoy, refused to use the grease cartridges. When he was forced by his sergeant, he shot him down to show his hatredness. This was the immediate cause for this revolt. Spread and suppression of the revolt. The first sign of unrest appeared early in 1857 at Barakpur in Bengal. The sepoys broke out in open revolt at Meerut. The revolt then spread to Lucknow, Bareilly, Kanpur, Agra, Jhansi, Banaras, Central India, and to other places. Causes for the failure of the revolt. Disunity among the Indians was the first and the foremost cause. The revolt was not widespread. It did not extend beyond North India. The Indian leaders like Nana Sahib were no match to the British generals. The organization and the planning of the rebels was very poor. The revolutionaries had no common idea. The British, through their diplomacy of divide and rule, prevented most of the Indian rulers to join together for a common cause. Result of the revolt. It put an end to the company rule in India and the administration of India was directly taken over by the British Crown. By passing a special act on 1858, both the Board of Control and the Court of Directors were abolished and the offices of the Secretary of State for India was created. The tradition of India was respected. The Great Rising of 1857 sowed the seeds which bore fruit in 1947 when India became free from the foreign yoke.